Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. So in this video, we're going to be going through a few different money making methods, all sorts relating to like collecting stuff, and they're for the majority quite low requirements. So if you've got a brand new account, or if you've got an account which is very low level with a little bit of starter GP, this is a very good way to make a little bit of profit. So the first one I'm going to start with is actually at player imports, and this has been a money making method which has been around for like a couple of months, but I didn't believe it was as good as what it could be. So for this one, as easy as it sounds, we're simply just going to be buying beer from the barmaid. So I think her name is Sarusla or whatever it is. Basically she has a very interesting mechanic where you can just right click and buy beer with just a left click. So there's no interface, which means you can buy beer as quick as you're able to click them. As you can see, I am not the quickest, but if you get into a routine of it, you can get very, very good and very quick buying beer. Now, roughly, what the wiki says is you could do 5.8k beer per hour. And as you see, this is going to be very, very intense in terms of like how much effort you're having to put into it. But like I see, if you can get it trapped to the point where it's just literally drop down, you can very easily like get into a routine where it's nice and easy to do. So this can be 5.7k beers per hour, and beers are actually selling for 1.8k each. So this actually turns into being an 8 mil per hour money making method from just simply buying beers from the barmaid. Now, I didn't believe it, so that's why I came and tried it just before doing it as well. And I wasn't too keen on the price of beer either, so I checked the price of the beer. 1.7k is what it sells, well, 1.7k is what it states it sells for. But when I went to the Grand Exchange just to go and check the price, like I always do before doing these money making methods, just to make sure they are viable, they actually sold for a lot more. So they sold for 1.8k each. So the extra 100 coins per beer is nice. You'll probably add like another 500k. So roughly like profit, you're going to make 8.5 mil per hour. Now, there is a little bit of expense for it. You will need the GP for the beer, and that's going to be 1 coin each. So 5.6k cash, and also magic no paper as well. Because of the current promo, or just in general, magic no paper is dirt cheap at the minute at 318 GP each. So to be able to do this, it's a very small outlay of cost. And as I can see here, they have sold. I'll try and sell them again, just to prove that they do sell. I'll sell, actually, you know what? I'll sell them for mid-price, just to prove that they do go. And we have, which is pretty good. So again, just for literally buying beer at player imports, you're going to be making 8 mil per hour, which is just, it's crazy really. It really, really is. Just doesn't make sense why the beer is there and why the demand is there. But it's, again, the weird money makers are always the ones which seem to make decent profits anyway. This is another one which tied into beer is quite strange as well. And this is basically just getting onions from your pantry in your player own house. Now, this is going to be less than beers. This is actually going to be 3 mil per hour actually using magic no paper. And it's important to understand that like magic no paper are going to be used for most of these methods because it's just going to be worthwhile with how cheap it currently is. So for this method, it's quite similar. It's just as easy. You just need to press 5 and then 3 to get the onion out. And 5 and 3. And then once you've got full info, just use your magic no paper just so you've got it in the info. Now you do have the option of using your butler. The butler can be like slightly more GP per hour. You can make 3.8 mil, which is even more mad. Or for ease and just pure like laziness, in my experience, I would use a magic no paper, just so that's a little bit of an easier option as well. So in terms of prices for the onions, they are going to be a price of 846 each. You're roughly going to be getting about 4.5k per hour, which again, you're going to have to be, it's a very intense money making method, but again, the skills needed for it are very, very low. You could do it from level 43 construction, which doing a new foundation quest for Infree, you can quite easily get to that level to be able to do it as well. But 3.8 mil per hour just from looting onions from your pantry, and 8 mil per hour just from buying beers from player own ports. And as you can see there, way over the Grand Exchange mid, that's just under 1.4k for that onion. So yeah, little crazy on the prices. So as you see, 1300 GP, they all sold very, very quick. So that is 2 of the methods. We're going to be doing another 2. So the other 2 require a little bit more in terms of a quest background and some other stuff as well. So the next one we're going to be doing, we're going to go and do a little stop in Mauritania. So on to the next method. So this is going to be collecting mort fungus. Now mort fungus at the minute have really sort of gone up in price. But doing this is actually 6.8 mil per hour. So it's not as expensive or as high profitable as buying beers, as mad as that sounds. But it's still very, very good money for what you're going to need it for. So to do it, you're going to need to do the nature spirit quest, which I would expect most people to sort of be on that level by the time they're doing something like this. Because you're going to need the silver sickle and it needs to be enchanted. What we're looking to do is equip the silver sickle and then go towards these rotting logs. Now, ideally, you want a spot where you can have 3 quite close together, because that will be the maximum output. There is a spot somewhere around here which will be able to do it. Let me just try and find it. Well, no, I'll tell you what, we'll just do it with this spot in a minute. So we're just going to use 2 logs, but there are spots where you can do 3, and 3 would obviously be better because you're going to make more Wai fungus. You're going to need the droid patch because these ghasts will be attacking you, and what they'll just do is just counteract the ghasts and just kick them off. What you need to do is equip the silver sickle, right click and bloom, and then it will grow the fungus on the logs which you're able to loot. Now there's a couple of ways to deal with banking these. You can either use a porter, and these will take them directly to the bank. And with the porter, you can use a premier artifact as well. But having 2 logs quite close together like this spot just means you're able to not have to run all over the spot. That's basically it. You right click bloom. Now you will need to take a prayer potion or something like a prayer renewal to make sure your prayer points go up. Every time you click bloom, it actually takes your prayer points away, so you do need to be able to have that to have access to it. Mauritanian 1 legs will help because they give you the option to get double fungi as well. And in terms of banking, a porter and premier artifact work. If you've done Deadliest Catch, that deposit box there, you're able to use to deposit your mushrooms. I have done the quest, so I'll just go over and show you how to use it. So because you've got access to the quest, it really is easy. You just press bank all and it does all that for you. But yeah, 6.8 mil for this. Again, like collecting, you just have to speed and efficiency. So you want to make sure that you're really on it in terms of doing it. You can put this on your toolbar as well, just so you're not hopping between this and your normal info. And there's no real point using notepaper here because either you can bank and just take the fairy ring to the front and then just run straight back in, or you can use the Deadliest Catch method, or you can just use the porter instead. All 3 are better options as well. Now, if you were going to bank, make sure to get somewhere where you can get some prayer again, whether you go back to war. War is a good option, and use a portable fairy ring or another fairy ring and just teleport outside the gates, and then run back through to do it. In terms of how much you can collect per hour, roughly, you're going to be about 2.2 thousand per hour. Now, one thing as well you can get with collecting mort Wai fungus is the ability to get the gloom, shroom, zygomites to play your own farms. Now, currently, they're a little bit more expensive than normal, so they will actually add some profit onto your collecting. And anytime you get them, make sure to keep hold of them and bank them as well, because they will bring a decent chunk of profit. You're only going to be getting about half of 1 an hour, so every 2 hours you'll get a zygomite, but it's just extra profit to have overall. But yeah, that is the mort Wai fungus. Still very good, and it always has been as well. It's very good on like 07 because it's just so like consistent, and there is a real demand for super energies. I don't know why, but there is. So make sure to capitalize on them as well. The price for them currently is 3,000 coins each. So 2,000 is, yeah, you're going to be pretty bang on for about 6 mil per hour. Right, so the final one, and again, it's a little bit more of very much a new starter method. And before we go, we do need to pick something up in the form of some baskets. You might actually be able to buy these in bulk from a farming shop. So I'm just going to go and check real quick. Yes, so you can actually buy some baskets from the farming shop. No, it's only limited to 50, which is a bit lame, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to buy it from the Grand Exchange. But either way, it will serve for the purpose of this video. So what we're going to be doing is taking an invo full of baskets rather than our notepaper. And yeah, we're just going to be filling them at Karamja and then just teleporting back and forth to sort that out. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space in the invo just because it will be able to fill the baskets a lot quicker. Because we've got something like glories, we can just teleport back and forth as well, because glories are cheap and they're pretty handy to have hold of anyway. If you've got one and you play your own house still, you can just get infinite teleports with that sort of glory. And yeah, literally all it is just going to these banana trees in the plantation, just spam clicking so you can get enough bananas, fill with baskets, and then just move on to the next one. And it works out well because each banana tree actually has 5 bananas. Perfect for what goes into a basket. A basket can only hold 5 bananas, so it's pretty much a tree per basket. If you have 5 invo spaces, it just means it's going to be a lot easier for you to fill your baskets up, rather than stop starting because your invo space is small. So in terms of baskets per hour, it's about 550 baskets per hour you're looking to do, and this can make you 1.6 mil profit. Admittedly, compared to the other methods, it's nowhere near as good, but if you have a brand new fresh account and you're looking to make some starter GP, this is just one of the other options you can do if you were looking to do it. Now, in terms of starter cash and starter money, I'm going to be coming with a couple more lower level guides. One of the comments in previous videos asked for some like, what would you do with like absolute no stats? Lower level money making guide, so I'm going to be looking to aim a couple of videos towards that as well. We can always get a bit lost in the mid game and sort of like late mid level game as well, and the early level content is still some of the best stuff I enjoy probably the most, so we'll make sure to do a couple of videos over Christmas looking at that as well, just for any new players who have joined the game during the Christmas break. Now that pretty much is the last method. So for all 4 methods in this video, we do have the buying beer from Ursula in the player imports, which is going to be 8 mil per hour. We have the onions, getting them from the larders. You need level 43 construction. If you're going to do it with the butler, which will need a little bit more in terms of construction level, you probably need level 60. That's going to be about 3.8 mil per hour, or if you're going to be lazy and do it with no paper, like I would, that's going to be 3 mil per hour. Mort fungus, if you've done the nature spirit quest and all the other related requirements, that is going to be about 6.6 mil per hour. And then finally, this method of picking bananas, which is going to have no real requirements, you just need some baskets and some glory charges, is going to make you roughly 1.6 mil per hour. But again, that is 4 very easy, very low-ish level collecting money-making methods. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.